We're going to start off today's episode. We're going to get us kicked off with Marvel Rivals. And really, it's just Gamescom was happening this past weekend. Gamescom, not com was happening this past weekend. A lot of news, a lot of information. I know Blizzard had a big part there, but not to be upstaged. Marvel Rivals wanted to show its stuff, so it decided to drop its release trailer. Let me make sure volume's set here and let's roll it. It looks like the game's going to be coming out in December. I think December 6th.
I think I remember that's the date. It's like going to be no betas until then too. Like no more open betas and everything. So that was it. You guys gotta have your fix, and then that was it.
Yeah, but this trailer is also announcing Bucky and Captain America as two new playable characters for launch, giving us the hype intro for both. Nick, I know we've talked about this. I know we've talked about this before, but how do you feel about the anime style here? Because like we're starting to see a lot more of it, and especially with the videos like that.
This is like the worst. Like I'll be honest, we've talked about it. This reminds me of like the worst comic book art. To be honest, they're very bulky people. Like everything is very bulky. Like everybody's huge. They're all the same size. Captain America's the same size as Bucky. You know, they're all the same size as Groot. Like, what's going on here? Like, you know, like, sure, the women characters are small. The small female characters, like, that's it. Like, you know, but that's what I'm getting from everything. It's just a little too bulky.
I know, like, when we were talking about that, I had mentioned that the Punisher, like, looks like the same size as the Hulk. So canonically, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, you're right. Look at Doom.
It looks disgusting. Like, and like I would consider him most of the time. If I didn't know this game, I'd be like, oh damn, they made Doom fat. Like as a fat guy, I'd be like, all right, yeah, like we got fat dude supervillain. Like no, he's just super bulky and like looks strong. Like looks like he could pick up a house.
Probably could.
Which Dr. Doom definitely can pick up a house. He can definitely magic up some house and do some stuff. But it's not really like the point. Right? Like Spider-Man's the only person who like kind of like looks like his character, right? They all resemble their characters, but like Spider-Man looks like his character, right?
Yeah, and overall too, like it's like a minor like picking on because we're so familiar with his IP and like we've kind of seen how this goes. Like the 90s style of comic books and comic characters, they have a tendency of being that like super jacked, roided out version of it, hypersexualized, and like you're not seeing the super hypersexualization here, but we are seeing the roided out versions where they all do kind of look the same. I wonder like if that is like a model issue, but either way, man, like just looking at this video, first and foremost, it's coming out December 6th, so if you're excited for it, looking to play it, your next time you're going to get your hands on it is December 6th. It's going to be free to play. They promise that no heroes are going to be behind paywalls. I'm sure they're going to have a battle pass. I'm sure they're going to also have a lot of skins you can buy, get the variants of the different characters you want. The game will be coming out on Steam, Epic, as well as PS5 and Xbox. So also no Switch, which is kind of surprising, and no mobile support currently.
Hey, Billy here. Wanted to take a quick minute to let you know a few different things. If you enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out and it tells the algorithm to share it with more people. You can find the Esports Meta live every week on Twitch and YouTube. It's where we film the podcast or hang out, play games, and chat. If social media is more your vibe, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitter if you use Threads. Does anybody use Threads? This is a video game community that's excited to talk about esports, so jump into the conversation. Of course, you can find more videos like this here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button right there or there. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the show.
I mean, I'll say this right now before like this comes out, right? Like maybe they have something planned before like the release of this. Like this is another, like, granted, there should be like, you should probably wait for like a player base and stuff, but no, like it's Marvel, right? It's Disney. The game's going to be played by a lot of people, and it's already not supported as an esport. Like it's kind of, it screams exactly what they're looking for, which is your money. you know, like you don't even have like a big tournament for the release of the game as a competitive Overwatch potential killer. Like it seems seems weird.
In fairness, though, it is pretty far away. December, it's only August, late August. So we do have like 3 or 4 months. So I doubt they're going to be announcing a tournament. They did have some pretty decent community tournaments in game during the betas. But yeah, I can kind of see your point where it's like, you know, you would expect this title and stuff. They might have more up their sleeve. They might be holding stuff back. Maybe they just haven't decided to develop it yet. They're waiting to see on those things. It's a fair criticism, but I still want to give them a little credit where credit's due. But one thing I will not, and this is where like a high bar I want to set, because there is, you kind of touched on this, there is a lot of hype from the Overwatch community saying this is going to be the Overwatch killer. I severely disagree. And like my big point for it, and I'm going to scroll back to the actual gameplay. There's Captain America's big face. It still looks floaty. So like from now till release, they really need to like fix the way it moves and feels, because we're seeing other games that are now coming out, cough, cough, Deadlock, moving way smoother, way better. And like, could it be the difference of Valve versus NetEase? Could it be the difference of we're aiming just to go for battle pass money kind of mentality versus let's make a good game and competitive game? Maybe. But either way, for this game to be taken seriously, like they need to change this. And I'm going to play it now. And you can see how like jerky and floaty it kind of feels. Like he didn't move anywhere there, but like, look at this. He does the pull thing and then he has this like ultimate jump up thing. Like it's very floaty, very jerky, and like it's been this way the entire time I've seen the game, and it hasn't changed my opinion on it. And even when I got my hands on it, it felt jerky. It was fun, absolutely fun, but I don't know how seriously I could take it as a competitive sport, and I don't know how seriously I could take it as the Overwatch killer in that way. It's not to say that Overwatch doesn't have its faults. It does, etc. But I don't think that this is going to be the hands down solution that a lot of people are hyping and selling it to be. But we have a date. We have a date to look forward. So yeah, you want to chime in?
I was gonna say, like, I say this all the time, right? Like Bobby Kotick couldn't take this company out. Like this, like no one's taking these games out. Like they make solid games. Overwatch, WoW, Hearthstone is solid, even though I don't care for Hearthstone as a Magic player. They're all like fun, relatively well-made games. Like it's nonsense to say that like you're gonna take them out. like their quality for their product is a little too high for it to just go away just because something else comes out. But just to say this, like no going easy on Disney. Like I don't like Disney and Marvel. Like there's no going easy on one of the biggest entertainment companies to exist. And they just released like Lorcana, right? Disney released Lorcana. Now they have like an Overwatch game for Marvel. I'm very much like hard on Disney for trying to take my money. Like so like they try and like they get me sometimes, but like I'm gonna be hard on them. Like right here, the game itself, like it looks fun. But the thing that like keeps jumping out at me, and I don't really know how to properly say this, so it might come out a little bit messed up. It seems like the floatiness and everything of the moves and everything like that, like the bullet time and projectile speed looks a little slow. Like everything looks reactable regardless of skill level. If that like makes sense, right? Like so when you're like Genji and you're throwing out, like you're doing your ultimate in Overwatch, right? Like the person playing Genji half the time isn't even reacting on when they're Genji, you know what I mean? So like here it just seems like it's a little bit more reactable for all like skill levels, which might generate like better. Like this is just me being devil's advocate against myself, right? Like this might actually generate a little bit more of not like a nicer player base. But like the player base itself might be a little bit more cohesive because it's so reactable at all skill level. Like look at it. It was very reactable.
And like it does feel like it's reactable and floaty, but honestly, when I was playing it, it felt super fast paced, and you still saw the same people have the problems with the Genji adjacent Black Panther or Spider-Man strategies when people were playing them. And I felt like it was harder to aim at them with the kind of jerky cursor and movement and aiming. And like, I don't think it's a mouse sensitivity thing overall. I think it's just like a game design. So I'd like to see them smooth that out, polish it out. I wouldn't doubt that they're trying to hit like a lowest common denominator, just like for audience and players, just trying to, you know, make it playable for everybody. But if they're making it playable for everybody, I would expect the mobile. I'd expect Switch as well, because it does look and feel like a mobile game. And let's be honest, the Switch is just a mobile and a glorified mobile device, right? Really, it's just a tablet.
I hear you. It's a bathroom gaming, bro. It's a huge like Game Boy. Like I'm not even joking. Like it's a bathroom console. Like, and it's not to be disrespectful as like calling it shit or anything. Like you just can play it in the bathroom.
Right. You know, and like that, you know, it's good for what it is, right? And I think that's kind of what we need to like approach Marvel Rivals as. Like it's a chaotic 6v6. Everybody's kind of doing everything. It is less refined in that competitiveness than Overwatch has been, even though Overwatch isn't much a higher bar when it comes to it. But you know, we might see the same struggles go through with this. We might see the same development issues, etc. But we've got 3 months until we get our hands on it again. We've got 3 months of no news until we get news, and hopefully they make some progress, make some changes, make it look good, because we do know it's fun. It's gonna be fun.
True. Can we play a little bit of like I don't want to say bingo, but because I don't have many things for this, but like I feel like we'll know more about the battle pass like than the game. Like I think we're gonna know more about like the actual battle pass than the actual game, even though we've already had betas by the time December hits.
Yeah, and they've kind of had like a mock battle pass to try it out, the systems, and make sure everything's running smoothly. But yeah, I'm sure that's not necessarily a bad thing either, because like, you know, we want to know if they're trying to scam us. They're trying to like meme and money for things. But it is what it is. Looking forward to this one in December. Again, it looks a lot of fun. They've got Captain America and Bucky coming. Winter Soldier. They're teasing some Hydra stuff. They're teasing some more Doom stuff. But December 6th, get ready to play. I'm going to hold my breath a little bit. Just look to have some fun. But I don't see this as being like a huge hype thing beyond like the initial 2 weeks.